Lately, one fragrance that everybody's been telling me that I have to go buy, and that is the best cologne fragrance on the market right now, is Supremacy, or Afnan Supremacy Collector's Edition. So this one here is a clone of Creed's Absolute Aventus, and me personally, I don't own Absolute Aventus, and quite frankly, I've only smelled it a handful of times and sampling it, at the store, whatever, in the malls. It was definitely good, but I seen the price tag on it, and I'm like, not my thing. It was great, but I think it was retailing in the threes, maybe 300 some for a smaller bottle. So I was not going with that, but I've been hearing a lot about this, and I also heard a lot about Club de Nuit Perso, but I went with this because I heard in the reviews that this was a lot fresher than the Club de Nuit Perso, and this was just a little more versatile and a little more wearable, right? So I got it, and I've had this for a little over a month now. I've been wanting to make the review for it, but whenever, me personally, if I'm going to review, Middle Eastern cologne fragrances, I'm going to let it sit, at least for a month, because quite frankly, I think a lot of the guys that do this, they'll really say it in their video. They're like, I just got this in yesterday, and it's the best thing. I'm like, I just, me personally, I can't trust that, because I know after owning so many of these, how they change, they change over time. You got to give them at least a few weeks after spraying to get them exposed to get the air in the bottle, you know what I'm saying, and let that macerate a little, because sometimes it matters, but sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does, but most of the time it does. But anyways, I got this in and I was very impressed by the packaging. Super nice, and you open it up and it actually has the notes in there, which you don't see very much in this. I wish they did more of that, but this one's gonna have notes of pineapple, bergamot, apple, and white floral in the top, orange blossom, birch, and amber in the middle, with oak moss, musk, and ambergris in the base. So that's the notes, but in my reviewing of them, I don't really like to talk about the notes. I just try to talk about what it actually smells like. I hate when I'm watching a review and somebody's telling me that this smells like it has a lot of geranium, like there's, like, okay, I don't know what that smells like. I don't know what half the stuff in notes actually smells like raw. So sometimes it can be a good way to describe a fragrance, but sometimes it's not, in my opinion. So anyways, got this right here. From my first impression of this, I was very impressed. It's super, I think when people said it was really fresh fruity, I think is a super good way to explain this. I think you just spray on the skin too. It's, compared to, like I said, I don't own Absolute Aventus, but from what I smelled to this, it's very similar. I think this gives me a little more freshness, perhaps. Like, this is really a very versatile fragrance that you could wear. Honestly, I have a difficult time trying to think of what I could not wear this to. It's very mass appealing and fruity. It's like you get the pineapple in. If you don't know what Absolute Aventus smells like as compared to the normal Aventus, it's not the smoky pineapple. There might be a little bit of the smoke there, but I get a lot of pineapple, some apple in there as well. Just really fruity, man. That's the main thing I get from this, is fruity. If you're looking for something that smells fruity but still masculine, this would be the main thing I recommend to you. I have some other fruity fragrances, but this one does fruity and masculine in a really good way. I don't think I would see a woman wearing that. I think a lot of these can go unisex. This one, certainly a woman could if she wanted. Like, I'm not saying it not, but this is one that is more, masculine. It is probably that oak moss or the musk notes in the base that does that for me, but not tobacco-y, not leathery, none of that type of masculine. Super fresh, clean, but definitely, like, this is one that smells awesome in the air, and the performance of it, it's not insane, but it's not terrible either. I would give it a good solid 6 hours of smelling good, performing, maybe even 7, but it's not a 12-hour fragrance. But the projection, it's hard for me to say, how many feet this is going to project, but it projects pretty solidly for, you know, with a lot of these Afnans and stuff, they are going to be stronger. And this is one that is definitely pretty strong. You know, me personally, I would spray on probably 4 to 6 sprays at the most. And people are going to smell you. You're going to leave a great sillage. Maceration, though, it didn't really change too much, honestly. I've had some that have changed a lot. This one maybe changed a little bit, maybe became a little more deep and a little more complex, but the scent overall was great from the first spray. So that is a little contradictory to how I started this video and saying that, but I'm still gonna, you know, let it sit. I've had this for probably a little over a month now, and super enjoy it. I don't have Club Day and Wheat Pre-So. Like I said, I was debating between the two, and you could be debating between the two too. And quite frankly, I don't know. This one was just a little bit cheaper. People said it was a little more wearable, and I can't speak to that one. But this one is super wearable. Smells super awesome. Smells super expensive, super niche, high quality stuff right here. Smells awesome, man. If you're looking for a fruity, masculine, fresh, fruity, masculine, but unique fragrance, I would highly recommend this to you. Like 40 bucks, I think I paid, something like that. Afnan Supremacy Collector's Edition. That's my review. If it sounds good to you, pick it up. If it doesn't, then don't. Anyways, I appreciate you watching the video. Drop a like, subscribe if you enjoy this content, or don't, whatever you want to do. And I will see you in the next one.